Joining me tonight, Democratic Congressman from Texas, Jasmine Crockett. Welcome, Congresswoman. You're in the sprint, full sprint to Tuesday. As you've heard, many have talked about the different polls. Some polls show a very tight race. But what's your sense on the ground as early voting wraps up, I think, tomorrow?
Yeah, people are fired up. I will tell you that the story that no one realized they were going to have to write is the influence of young women in this election. Young women have been very emotional about my candidacy and about this race. And so they are telling everyone, they're calling their moms, their grandmoms, their dads, and they're like, go vote. I've been on FaceTime talking to some of them. So that's really exciting and encouraging to see. But yes, you put up a poll that is all good. I need Texas to recognize that the last day of early voting is tomorrow, and the only polls that matter are the polls that you show up to vote at.
There could be more Democratic early voters than Republican ones, even though both races, they are competitive. But tell me, Congressman, what message do you think that sends about Texas and really the midterm electorate overall?
Yeah. A lot of people thought I was a crash dummy. They
Mm.
were like, why are you leaving the House? Why are you running for the Senate? It's Texas. And I kept telling people that we have the numbers. We are voter suppressed and there is a bit of voter apathy. But I was like, we can do this. And as you can see right now, we have maintained a lead over the Republicans throughout the
Mhm.
entirety of early voting. We'll see if that flips tomorrow. But this tells me that we have enough Texans who just haven't been voting. We are one of the lowest voter turnout states in the entire country. And I kept saying, we just need to turn our people out. We're really not that red. And right now they are coming out in droves. And I'm telling everyone that I talk to, listen, this is great. But if we outvote the Republicans in this primary, I need y'all to understand they are going to do everything that they can in November to preclude us from being able to access the ballot box. So you're going to have to keep this energy and some.
You look ahead to November already, obviously, the general election, and there are critics, as you know, who are arguing that even if you can win the primary, you can't win in the general. They've got Time magazine asking
Yeah.
one Republican lawmaker if he feared you or James Talrico, and he was blunt, saying she can't win. He can. What's your response to this
Yeah.
assumption that you have a shortcoming in that area?
I mean, listen, I don't know who telegraphs who it is that they want to go against. I
Hmm.
really don't. All I can tell you is that right now the governor of Texas is spending over $3 million specifically against me running ads. So it doesn't sound like they want to go against me, but I do also know that the Republicans are very good at throwing bombs. They did the exact same thing when they decided to tell all the Democrats that, oh, Joe Biden is old and oh, he is senile. So therefore, you guys need to get rid of Joe Biden. And so what did we do? We went ahead and got rid of Joe Biden. And at the end of the day, what did they do? They elected a old senile con man instead. So they love to kind of stir us up and have us decide to play off of their rhetoric. Democrats need to focus on the prize. We don't need Republicans telling us what can and can't happen. Instead, we need to do what we know how to do best, which is to send a fighter back to DC. For everyone that is concerned about my voice being absent, we know the truth. We know that we can send me back to DC. We know that Senator John Cornyn specifically said, if you choose wrong, we may lose this seat. We also know that I am the only Democrat that is consistently polled ahead of a Republican in multiple polls, both internal as well as independent polls. So listen, forget all the noise. The reality is that we can do whatever it is that we put our mind to. Many people did not think that we would flip that Senate seat in Texas, but we swung at 30 points. Many people didn't see a Black woman being elected the mayor of Leander. There was a +4 Trump seat, but she swung that seat 17 points. So listen, forget all of that and mind your business. I'm telling everybody don't mess with Texas, and we're going to do what needs to be done.
Will you change your approach on Tuesday if you win? Because you'd have to bring in obviously more than just Democrats who have not been voting. You'd have to pull independents as well to win that Senate seat. Do you have what it takes to do that?
I do. The University of Houston polling that came out right before this most recent poll, it showed that I do really well with independents and Republicans, actually. So I do think that depending on who the nominee is, different groups may be more inclined to come over here. But at the end of the day, we're going to continue to talk about the things that unite us and not divide us. And frankly, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or independent, If you feel as if your paychecks are too short, then you've got a spot over here. If you feel as if your rent is too high, then you have a spot over here. If you feel as if you don't know how it is that you're going to ever be able to afford healthcare, then you have a spot over here. So that, I mean, we're focusing on very simple messages, and we are not going to allow the culture wars to become the conversation. Instead, we're going to focus on what is actually impacting our lives. And I think no matter who you are, right now, things are looking kind of bleak.